Almost every part-time pastor or bivocational pastor is potentially going to look different. If you're a 9 to 5, then that's different than, you're working at a bank or a marketing company or something else. Is very different than something where you have control over the schedule, like the intern that you mentioned. But one of the things that I always struggle with, and I'm curious to hear if you guys have this same tension in bivocational ministry, but I've always struggled with that time, the time management. How do I have enough time? I'm a driven person, so I'm giving 120% oftentimes to everything. I'm overdoing at that point. So I want you to talk just a little bit about. I think you use the term principle of distribution, or maybe I added that, but you use the word distribution.
That sounds like a subset of in the theology book or something.
Yeah, that's my organizational head. I had to call it a principle, or
I think that I know that comes from the chapter that one of the chapters I wrote, because I was trying to refer to kind of like this idea of like a point guard, right? The point, like, obviously there's like point guards that are shooting guards, and there's point guards that are really, their main role is distribution. We think of like Chris Paul, CP3, like he's great, obviously can score, but he makes the offense go, but it doesn't revolve around him, and he distributes. And I think one of the remedies that part-time pastoring does is, well, you can't be the dude, right? You have to delegate, you have to, distribute the ministry. And I think that also does a healthy job in the church, right? I mean, you could speak definitely more into this, Andy, because like you just can't do it all. You have to delegate, you have to raise up leaders, you have to get others involved and share the ministry. Whereas if you're just full time, you're kind of like, I'm just going to do it myself kind of thing. So I think there's some healthy patterns that can push us towards, even against our will. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. And I assume there are people who are bivocational who are still trying to be like carry the whole thing, and that's not going to go well for you. And also, I think that you have to be clear with your church. So there's so many different church situations. Are you walking into an established church? Are you planting? If you're planting, you can set DNA. I mean, about, around a lot of things. And so that's a whole different scenario. But then you can also set bad DNA, like high expectations that you can't fulfill, for example. But you do need to be honest with your church about what it looks like to carry the ministry, and that this is going to have to be a team effort. But I definitely think that there's more understanding from your church that is what you need when you have another job. I mean, it just, and I don't even think that's just a practice to help the pastor be bivocational. I think it's healthy for the church to do the work of the ministry together, right? And so when the pastor isn't perceived as having just like unlimited time available, it sort of, I think, is helpful for the church to go, oh, well, if that's going to happen, we're going to have to do it with them. And then it allows it for us, like embracing bivocationalism. You heard me say, oh, we have 5 staff. Our budget is, for churches with 5 staff is tiny. But we're all bivocational. And what we've done is we've taken the role at the church that we're best at. And so when you're hiring full-time people, you feel like you have to fill up their job description with stuff that maybe they're not even really good at. When you're hiring part-time, you can go, okay, you're administrative. We need 10 hours of that. Would you like 10 hours of administration? Awesome. And so like our musician, I mean, how many churches have full-time musicians? Like, do you really, I don't know, like, do you need 40 hours of musician? Like, but like our guy who does music, I wasn't supposed to bring that up. Sorry. All you out there.
You stir up the music, folks. Now we're gonna have trouble.
I'm making the co-vo people mad. I'm making the musicians mad. But no, for real though. And our guy runs sound for the university athletics, and not everybody can have that gig. But it's great because he comes in, does an amazing job with music. We could never really pay him what he's worth, to be honest. Like, not anytime soon. But because he has time to do other things, it works.